Coming up on Good Day Saturday, heavy rain, thunderstorms, and high wind kick off your weekend. It's not over. Could snow? Yes, the dreaded S word be in the forecast too. Meteorologist Mark Strell is going to break it down in just a moment. Plus, we do have some breaking news right now. High carbon monoxide levels led to an evacuation in the South Shore neighborhood. I'll let you know what we know right now. Charges are filed in the murder of a young woman who worked at a Joliet bar. The man's connection to the victim. Also, a bombshell announcement right now. A civil rights leader reveals his very own fight with Parkinson's disease. Good morning to you, and thanks so much for watching Good Day Saturday. I'm Jenny Milkowski. So we are going to start you off with some breaking news right now. High levels of carbon monoxide prompted an evacuation at a 9-story apartment building that happened early this morning. It's the video that you're seeing there in the South Shore neighborhood. Officials say a level 1 hazmat response was called in at about 3 this morning. Later, they upgraded that to a level 2 hazmat. They say carbon monoxide levels were extremely high. Everyone in that building had to be evacuated to the lobby, but luckily nobody was hurt there. We do have new information overnight right now. A car was stolen with a 1-year-old boy inside on the city's south side. Now, police say it happened a little after 1:30 this morning in the 9100 block of South State. They say a woman went to that area. Her friend was involved in a crash there. The woman left her car running with her 1-year-old in the back seat while she checked on that friend. That's when police say a man jumped into her car, drove off. They later found that car abandoned about 10 minutes later with the boy inside, not hurt. So far, no one in custody. New this morning, 2 people were carjacked about a mile from each other within the same hour late last night. Police say the first happened in the Westtown neighborhood, where 2 armed men stole a car from a woman and then drove off. They also took the victim's purse. Police say the other carjacking happened in the East Garfield Park neighborhood. 2 armed men ordered a man out of a car and stole the car. Police are still looking for those suspects. Also new this morning, a Chicago police officer was hurt in a crash on the city's south side. That happened last night in the Chatham neighborhood. Police say the officer was an on-duty officer when another car hit her squad car. No one in the other car was hurt, luckily. Now on to a break in the case in the murder of a Joliet bartender. The first charges have been filed. The man arrested is accused of covering up the crime. 24-year-old Katie Kearns was found shot in the head inside her car on Thursday in a rural area of Kankakee County. Now Jeremy Boshears is charged with a single count of concealing a homicidal death. Investigators say Kearns and Boshears met about a month ago. They started dating at the start of this month.
It means for my family is just to pull together a little bit and to keep going. My sister would want us to keep going.
Boshears is being held on $250,000 bond. More charges are expected. An off-duty Chicago police officer is recovering right now after being stabbed in the head by her own son. Police are calling this a domestic incident. She was stabbed in the head while she was driving at 76 at Stony Island in South Shore. The officer's SUV slammed into the back of a school bus when it happened. A child on the bus was taken to Jackson Park Hospital, complaining of a headache. The injured officer went to Northwestern Hospital. We've got a news alert from Chicago police about a string of robberies that are happening in the Gold Coast. Now, police released these pictures of 4 suspects wanted in the attacks. They say in each case, the suspects punched or pushed the victims, and then they robbed them. There have been 3 attacks this month, all happening in the early morning hours. Excuse me, we're going to take you over to Lake Forest. Police say a woman was approached by a robber with a knife. They say she repeatedly hit him in the head with her cell phone until he ran off. That happened in the 1000 block of Northwestern Avenue in Lake Forest yesterday. The robber, police are describing him as a white man, possibly between 17 and 19 years old. He was wearing a dark hoodie, puffy winter jacket, and some dark cargo-style pants. An Elgin man is arrested on child porn charges. 33-year-old Devin Moberg accused of soliciting videos of 2 sex acts from victims under the age of 18. Police say he also sent the victims a video of himself engaging in a sex act. Moberg was in court yesterday. Judge set bond at $3 million. We've got a major announcement from Reverend Jesse Jackson. He revealed he's been getting treatment for Parkinson's disease for 2 years. It's a degenerative brain condition with no known cure. Our political editor, Mike Flannery, has more information.
Allies of Reverend Jesse Jackson, who've worked with him here in Chicago, are pleased to hear that he plans to remain active. They think he may be the last of a certain sort of civil rights leader.
There will not be another Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson, no.
Why?
Well, 50 years of, that's a long time.
Congressman Danny Davis and Reverend Jackson are both age 76. They both grew up in the Jim Crow South, then moved to Chicago in the booming, job-rich 1960s. Here they could vote, but faced a...
More details this morning about an order of protection filed by actress and singer Jennifer Hudson against her former fiancé. Jennifer Hudson and David Otunga just split up. According to TMZ, Hudson accuses the former wrestler of harassing and threatening her. He says he once pushed her while they were inside of their Burr Ridge home. The Tribune says Burr Ridge police, they're investigating. Otunga's attorney says her client denies the accusations. Hudson and Otunga were together for 10 years. They've got an 8-year-old son together. There's apparently a rodent problem at a Southside school. Put aside your breakfast for this story. Parents say baby rats are turning up in the classroom at Mollison Elementary. Some parents are keeping their kids home from school. You cannot blame them. There it is. There's the video of the little baby rats on a blanket, apparently found inside of a library. CPS says it will have someone out next week to deal with that problem. Probably not soon enough for everyone who goes to school there, right? We've got a power outage that happened at UIC last night. So this is cell phone footage from a student that was trapped in an elevator on his way to an exam. The university put out an alert saying the outage was affecting several buildings over there on the East Campus. It wasn't too long before power was restored, and according to this particular student's Facebook page, his exam was canceled because of the outage. So a little bit of bright news for him there. The Chicago Tribune is on the move. It's leaving the building that bears its name. Early next year, Trib employees are going to pack up, head into their new headquarters at the Prudential Building. The Tribune Tower has been home to the paper since 1925. More changes this morning. Avon says this year's walk to end breast cancer will be their last. Avon's held the 39 walk every year since 2003. It's a long weekend walk, and it's raised well over $500 million for breast cancer research. Avon will unveil a new fundraising program sometime this spring. Hundreds of homeless veterans gathered at the Northwest Armory. They got a free meal ahead of Thanksgiving. They also got clothes and received medical and housing assistance. This is all part of the Veteran Stand Down event that prepares homeless veterans for the winter time. About 600 veterans showed up. Chicago's Christmas tree all lit up, but unfortunately rain forced last night's lighting event to be condensed from about 30 minutes to a measly 5. Still, that did not stop people from enjoying themselves. Fox 32's Elizabeth Matthews takes us there.
We're just excited for Christmas, so we wanted to get into the Christmas mood.
The 62-foot tall Christmas tree is now lighting up Millennium Park and already spreading holiday cheer.
It's beautiful, believe it or not. We've never been to a tree lighting ceremony ever. This is our first.
The holiday fun that continues into tonight when close to 1 million people, all of your closest friends, right? They're expected to flood the Mag Mile for the Lights Festival at 5:30. Heads up, it's going to cause a traffic jam, so please plan ahead. And speaking of traffic, in just a couple of days, holiday travel season, that's going to kick off. Thanksgiving right around the corner this year could be a record setter. It's supposed to be the busiest Thanksgiving travel period in more than 12 years. Eesh. Airports are always busy during Thanksgiving, of course, but most people actually are going to drive this year. Nearly 46 million are going to take the car. That's the highest since 2005. Experts saying people have more money to spend this year. Yay! But sadly, they're going to need it for higher gas prices. Womp womp.
In the economy, corporate profits are strong. People are getting more take-home pay. Consumer confidence is way up. It's really stunning to me is that this is happening with 89% are driving.
So if you're driving out of town, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are, you need to know this. AAA says the busiest time to be on the road here in Chicago is going to be this coming Tuesday between 5 and 6 p.m. The busiest spot, FYI, I-90 West, right at I-190. Of course, that's right by O'Hare, so totally makes sense. Still ahead on Good Day Saturday, Ryan Seacrest making headlines this morning. Why E-Network is conducting an internal investigation. Also, an avocado toast ornament. I love how we say it's taking the internet by storm. How much this holiday item will cost you. Stay with us.